Yo, 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 what's good, people? It's two G's in the chat. We back with another episode. It's me, GangTrippy, and I got my co-host, EroSport GTS in the building. Cause this been a crazy week. The ad blockers on YouTube don't work anymore. So I have to sit through commercials. After sitting through these commercials, I get in the car. What next I hear? Commercials.
Commercials.
I get to the grocery store, they playing music, commercials. Get back home, what's the first thing on TV? Pizza Hut commercial.
Commercials.
So I'm at a point where I'm like, what's going on with all the commercials? I've been using the ad blocker. I didn't notice all the commercials on YouTube. I was watching one guy talk about Biggie and Diddy. He had a commercial every 2 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. The ad blocker works sometimes. You just gotta turn it off when they tell you to turn it off and turn it back on when you're ready. You heard? But I know you're gonna hate this, but they say when the product is free, you are the product. If it weren't for ads, YouTube wouldn't be able to be the high level product that it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how else would they get paid? I don't know if you go on Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is the OG. They hold it down. No ads, nothing. But you see when you land on their homepage, a big brick of information saying, yo, can you donate? We need money, bro. We need it. Would you rather someone being like, yo, watch this for 2 seconds, or someone be like, help me, please? Every 2 seconds, like you want to train.
I
Like,
get you.
can I get $1?
And I seen this movie a while ago. I don't remember the name. I should have looked it up. But I think they were paying with time from their life to skip the ads. And it was a movie probably like in the early 2000s it came out. And now it's seeming like it could really be true. I want to know, you as a creator, if you could have an adless channel with no ads on it and not get that revenue versus fill it up with the more ads, the more money you get, which side would you choose?
I mean, as a creator, I'm from a place where I don't necessarily got it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, people who have bread can have higher ideals about what's going on in the world. So yeah, if I'm making bread in my regular life, I'll be happy to not have a to have an adless channel. But bro, keep it tall. Just like you want to pay your life to skip ads, I have to sacrifice some of my sleep time or some of my child time to be able to make this video. So if I can guarantee that I'm gonna get some little piece of change, then yeah, watch the ads for me, homie. I can't demand you to donate to me. That's the only thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it sounds like grifting. Every time it's gonna be an ad anyway. In the video, I'm gonna be like, make sure to donate to the channel to help me keep the channel running. But people do that anyway. You have the option to pay for YouTube Red, but you're not paying for YouTube Red.
Because I had
Why?
the ad blocker.
But now I need my money. Give me my
I
money.
get you. I get
Just
you.
give me my money. YouTube is like, yo, bag or bag. You gonna pay one way or another. You know what I'm saying? You could get an adless channel. You could get adless if you
That's
just
very
download
true.
YouTube Red.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? Speaking of it being a capitalist society, did you hear that Pharrell and Louis Vuitton have a bag coming out that's 1 million beans, bro?
Yeah, I definitely seen that. I think that's kind of slick. I think that's kind of slick.
Why?
I read a book called Contagious. I think Jonah Berger wrote it. I only heard of the dude listening to Nipsey Hussle. He always named this guy, and reading the book, the guy explains little things. It's called Why Things Catch On. It's Contagious is the name of the book, and it tells you little tricks of why things catch on. And that's one of the things in the book. If you notice, Nipsey, the reason I brought him up, he dropped his album for like $1,000. In doing that, nobody does that, and it's something to talk about. I'm
It's a
not gonna
buzz.
spill the book, but that's what the book is kind of putting you on. And this is something here, like they're setting a precedent. It's like a Bugatti. Like, why would you spend over $1 million on a car? But people have them.
But my thing is, we already know that you're Louis Vuitton, and we know that your stuff is outrageously priced. Why do we have to again have you go even more outrageous to make a buzz? You feel like that's necessary for their company?
Yeah, because you always have to push the boundaries. We're always pushing the boundaries, setting new levels. Like unless you do that, you're not really doing much. And if you notice, Pharrell is a groundbreaking dude. Like they always give everybody their flowers, but I think Pharrell, you do know he's the creator of Bape, or co-creator, however you want to put it. But that's
Oh
like
yeah,
that's a bona fide brand.
that's
And
legendary.
like yeah, and he's behind a lot of stuff in hip hop people don't know about, and it's because of this. He's always pushing the I don't know what they call it, but he's pushing it. You get what I'm
Wire. Did you know that's what fucking yeah, because his shit was wired up. Yeah, wired but shut. Did you get that in the beginning? Yeah, I heard that. He said they got me rapping through this wire shit. I heard that. Hey. Nigga, that shit is phenomenal. Yeah, things don't.
Let me ask you though. So that bag is a milli, right? What's the most expensive shit you ever bought, bro?
The
Like
most
you.
expensive thing I ever bought and the stupidest thing. I just graduated high school, and 22-inch rims was the biggest thing out at the
Ain't
time.
no way. No, you didn't.
So I had me like a little Ford Taurus, and I bought these rims for everybody was getting it. I think I spent like 3,000 for the rims. Come to find out, the rims is not made for this car. It don't even fit
Oh,
the car. I think I spent more money putting the rims on the car than I spent for the car and the rims.
you can't return it, bro.
Nah, I think it blew the transmission. I used my financial aid to pay for the new transmission, and the first day I got the car, I crashed it.
Oh my days. You gotta look. Like, how much was it again?
The rims was like 3 bands, but
Three bands.
once you buy something, every time like it's time to get it worked on, it's more money. And you're a kid, they just telling you how much it is. You just go grind it up, bring them back the money so they could get the next thing done. Then the next thing is wrong, and you gotta because
Mm-hmm.
it's not made to fit on those type of cars, but they made it work. Shout out to Coast to Coast Customs. Shout out to
Yeah.
Coast to
Shouts
Coast.
out
They
to the
did
guys.
that. And the rims, I took the rims off the car. And homie who put the rims on for me, he was a cool dude. So he had put it in storage for me. 2 weeks later, I found out he went to prison. He went to prison for like 10 years, bro. Rims
Dang.
lock up. I never seen the
Rims
rims.
lock up.
I
Well, he
never
got
seen it
himself.
again.
He had to spend. He bought them rims for 10 years of life.
Man, Storage Wars came through, and you ever seen that
Hey,
on
yeah,
TV?
yeah.
Them people got that. Somebody riding around in them 22s right now.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
What about you? What would be the most expensive thing you bought?
Um, it gotta be thing or experience.
It could be experience.
Hey, this is a shameless plug right now, but your boy spent damn near 3 bands on a music video, bruh.
A
Like,
music
ain't
video?
nobody, yeah, bro. So I had a song called Reason. I was like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
this the one. This the one. And I feel like it was a good purchase. So there's this director that you put me on to actually. He's actually big deal. Like he be
Mm-hmm.
shooting for Sleepy Hollow. He shoot for the other day he shot for who? Jadakiss. He be shooting for mad big people. But anyway, he was like, all right, it's 2 bands. But then you gotta rent out the store, you gotta rent out the shooting location. Then you gotta pay the hubs to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta get yourself a nice suit. Then you gotta get the fam out, make sure they in suits.
The
Then
railroad.
you gotta have the ice, you gotta have the drip. I spent myself a nice 3 bands, boy.
3 bands.
3 bands. And homie said I feel like it was a good purchase because even up to the other day, I shot a video like 2 years ago. Up to the other day, I showed a coworker and they like, dang, Ero, you really a rapper? Like you really a rapper? And it's like my resume solid, Jet.
If I could do it again, I would buy the rims again. Like it was that whole
For
experience
real?
was fun. Yeah, It was just the experience. And when I look back on it, the money, like, it's
Comes
not
and
like that
goes.
money
Yeah.
would have made me in a different position right now.
I ain't gonna lie though. Nimi said he was gonna drop my shit on his page. He ain't never drop it on the page,
Cause he
bro.
got Jada Kiss up there. I wouldn't drop it
He
neither.
promised. He promised. Shit.
And shout out
Fuck.
to Nimi though. Black
Shouts out to
people
Nimi
doing great
Hendrix, where
things.
he's mad chill.
So yo, I seen this dude, Mr. Beast. He just put 100 wells in Africa, like 100 wells. They saying that he's supplying water to people. He's doing all this good, but in the same breath, I seen there's some other people in Africa who have been trying to do this for the longest, and he didn't work with them. He didn't even hit them up, do anything to even try to make it a force instead of just him. What do you think about that? Do you think it's shady? Do you think it's cool? Do you think he's what? Give me your opinion.
I think when we're talking about things that are better for the health of people, or let's say we're both trying to build a vaccine and I'm the first to build it and I didn't work with you, it's objectively good. Like at the end of the day, you have to be happy that these people got the clean water. How could you be upset? It sounds like you're just salty because he's a rich MFer that is able to just get it done and not beg for donations and handle business. But I think that if he were to work with them, it would have been a bunch more confusion. He's a business and he has his own team that is allows him to get things done in the speed he likes to do it, in the way he likes to do it. So I handled business, I got it done. What could you be mad about? Sometimes I feel like humans just have a need to be contrary. What is there to be mad about? The objective has been complete.
Okay, so I got a question for you. You're Rasta, right? So let's say the Rastas collectively have been for years trying to get Selassie his own day. And out of nowhere, Trump becomes president and he speeds past it. He gets the green light to get Selassie his own day, and he does it without the Rastas. He does it with the Republicans. And then the story goes on that the Republicans helped Selassie get his own day, and they never mention the Rastas. How would that make you feel? Would it be the same thing or would it be different?
I feel like a day doesn't have that significance. I want to change the analogy to Rastas have been trying to make public schools in black neighborhoods have better books. Somebody rich comes in and gives them all the books
Donald
that they
Trump.
need.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump comes in and gives the public schools all the books that they need. You know what I'm saying? The books that we've been requesting, the exact same books. How can I be mad that the kids got the books?
Because
Kids got the book, and it's
because
the books that I've been asking for.
because
It's
the
not
person
just
who's pushing
how
it has an agenda. So it's the same thing. You wouldn't have Yale and then on the back end you'd have a black college. Like why would you even have a black college if you have Yale? Wouldn't the idea be to send the kid to Ivy League school? Do you get what I'm saying? Like if the idea was better schooling and now you have Ivy League schools, why would you make the historic black college? Why would the Ivy League school and the historic black college live? Because that historic black college is going to make sure there's certain values, there's certain cultural things that this cultural person needs moving forward. Mr. Beast, who knows what, like, is well water the best water? Is well water the future? Are you doing something just for the headlines? Why didn't you work with the people? Like, do you have the know-how? Like, it's crazy to me because a lot of times rich people like to go to Africa and help out. Like in America, we don't have problems. We have a lot of problems in America. You get what I'm saying? But I just find it unique. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just look at it with a side eye. That's my opinion. Like as to why he would do something like that and not work with the culture. It gives me Leo Cohen vibes, like Dame Dash, where he always talks about the culture vultures. It just gives me those vibes. I don't want to call the spade a spade yet, but I kind of get the feeling that he That's what he's doing. He's just building. It's politics.
His
Everything in life
power,
has politics.
his influence,
Yeah, and I
in
feel
a
like
way.
he's influenced by other influences. Yes, he's Mr.
Hmm.
Beast, but I watched the episode of him where he drove like a $200 million car. Like, why would somebody who attained a $200 million car let a YouTuber shoot their car unless they had some kind of angle in on it? And sometimes
Yeah,
you have friends, sometimes it's different things. It's just access. How are you so accessible to the goal and the people who's pushing for the goal don't have this access? I feel like
they're
that's
not
a
rich.
problem with life. And being rich, you should know that, hey, I have this access to different influence. So I'm gonna use my if I really want to do good, I'm gonna use my influence with the good. That's why I brought up the Ivy League. Like, if I really wanted to do good, I would have an Ivy League black school.
Yeah, I
But I
just
wouldn't
wonder.
I wouldn't be rich. I wouldn't be rich and go to Jerusalem and help the people. That wouldn't be my first thought. I probably would help the people in Liberty City or Overtown first, or Hollywood. I got a hood where I'm at.
My question is, because it sounds like you're a skeptic in life. It's like, at what point is a good intention all the way good? Does that ever happen? Is anything really genuine for you?
So I think I'm a skeptic in life because of my skin color. Because most times people are skeptical of me, which makes me skeptical of other things. It's like I said, if you know better, you do better. So they say you're innocent until guilty. More times we're guilty until innocent. I'm not even placing you guilty. I'm saying that I can't call a spade until you show your hand. So you're doing all these things. It's not like he's just a humanitarian. Then I'll be like, hey, he's a humanitarian. He's a like a bunch of different things. It's like Kai Sanat. Like, what's the difference between him and Kai Sanat? I'm pretty sure, or better yet, Kodak Black. They say all these things about Kodak Black, but Kodak actually donates. I could I know kids that reap benefits off his donations that's not in the media. The
Damn,
media doesn't push that. So
they don't want
now
to push that.
now when they want to push you, it makes me skeptical. That's all
Mm,
I'm saying. So I just have to see it on the back end, and then on the back end I'll be like, yo, you know what? Mr. Beast is a great dude. Like, I really support him. In the beginning, I was skeptical on Trump. Why?
mhm.
Because that dynamic of skin colors always been skeptical. But on the end, after his thing, I changed my mind, and I don't know if he's a good guy, but I think he's a better guy than what I thought about at first. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
right,
I
right,
could see where he's coming from. In the beginning, I couldn't see where he's coming from, so I could never say he was a good guy. I never said he was a bad guy. I said he was an actor. Why he wants to be a president,
right,
and now I see why. It gave him power. So I think maybe Mr. Beast might be working for power. That's
right.
bars. He might be working for power, the people in power, or he
And to
might
get
be
power.
working to get power. That's bars. Like, they need to put me on Rap City, the basement.
I
Make me the host.
just feel like in that moment, you kind of made me a little bit wiser. You made me a little bit wiser because I believe until you tell me not to believe, like innocent till proven guilty. You know what I'm saying? But like you're like, let me keep a skeptic eye on you. But my question would be, if you were the people who are benefiting, like getting the water, what view would you have? Would you have the same view?
If I'm starving and you gave me food, I don't care. I'm just gonna eat the food. Like, if you end up being a bad guy, you're still gonna be a threat to me when you become a bad guy. If I'm in the situation where I need water, I can't be mad that you gave me water. Like, the devil might come with water. The average person is gonna take it. I might take it.
Did you see my boy Jeezy was quote unquote dirty macking on Nia Long versus her husband, the
Jeezy's a
Celtics coach?
Hey, don't send none of them gang members after me. I'm just a journalist, bro. I ain't in the streets. Like they sent me this. I ain't one of these. You get what I'm saying? But Jeezy is a cornball. Ever since he let them
Hey,
talk about
damn.
Pookie Loke, I started noticing like, yo, and then now all these interviews is coming out. Like I'm telling you, TikTok is a crazy thing. You get to see all these people who was connected to him, and they're saying all these things about him. They're like, yo, he does it for the money. He's not a real dude. And then now to answer your question, when you throw another guy under the bus, come on, bro, you're Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti do
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like Irv Gotti might be
I
a
see what you're
real
saying.
one, but come on, you kind of like that's Nelly's girl. Leave that alone. You get what I'm saying? There's other girls. You're rich, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I feel that. But what if your homegirl came to you and was like, "Yo, I feel a way about Wooty Woot cheating." And this is your homegirl at this point. Like, you're not even trying to mac, and you just looking out for her best intentions. And you like, "Yo, keep it tall with you." A real one is not gonna be is trying to be straightforward with you at all times. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a genuine thing to say to like a female
But
friend
see,
about a
genuine,
situation she going through. You know what I'm
genuine is
saying?
cap. It's not genuine. Genuine is when you're just being biased. Like being that that's your friend, you're more on her side. So you're not looking at the
Mm.
full picture. You're looking out for her best interests, which is gonna be throwing him under the bus. Thinking about your friend from a genuine place, you should tell your friend, hey, maybe you're not what you're thinking in your head, and this is why he's doing that. Don't make
Mm.
excuses for why he's doing that and throw him under the bus. Like, bro, you buns. Like, you don't clean, you don't do this. This is why he's cheating on you. But you have an interest of being a good friend. So you're gonna say what you think she wants to hear. If you're being genuine, you're not throwing shade on nobody. There's no need to
Yeah.
throw shade.
I don't know. I feel like I could easily see how it's not that because like I said, in the context of a homegirl, I would view the whole situation kind of objectively, and it's like,
No,
yeah,
but what I'm saying,
cheating
how many
is
times talking to the same homegirl, imaginary homegirl, how many times are you gonna tell her the truth that she doesn't want to hear? You're gonna avoid those times. You're not really gonna tell her the
I
raw
see, I see, I
truth that
see.
you want to
You
hear.
ain't gonna be two side. You ain't gonna be on both sides. You're just gonna
Yeah,
tell her the truth of the of what's good on her side.
exactly. Which is not
But there
genuine.
is something to be said. Like even with the Mr. B situation, it's like at the end of the day, these people have clean water.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, a real nigga is not gonna cheat on you. A real nigga is gonna be straight up. Like yo, I'm feeling like I can separate from you, and because you're not doing X, Y, and Z. Like you'll be straightforward with her. I don't think you would do that because I view you as a real nigga.
yeah.
A real nigga has to be loyal, honest, and sincere with the people who are in his camp. Your
Mm-hmm.
woman is in your camp. So I feel like there's something to be said about that. Now you're saying in public conversation, this is a public conversation. So like if I thought your shorty was wilding on you, would I be wrong for telling you that? It's
Would
just
you be
we don't
wrong? No, you
I don't
wouldn't be
know.
wrong. You'd be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong to me. To her, you would be wrong. So would you be
Okay.
wrong? It's like he.
Yeah, because my thing is like I don't know him. I don't know if he's even has intention to be with Nia Long for real. Even though his lyrics said it, it could just be a bar. I'm kind of doing what you was doing with Mr. Beast. Like I'll wait till the cards play out. Like
Mm-hmm.
if he end up being with her after saying that, that's kind of like ew. Tell me if this is Dirty Mackin. So boom, this is the school thought, right?
Yeah.
This is the school thought. You ain't never had no cheeks in your life yet. You feel me? And she's a baddie. You been peeped. Like, she's a baddie, but she's not. Word around town and she smashed the homie. Like, she claiming, like, nah, but like, word around town is the word around town. So, word around town also is that she's feeling you. So now y'all start texting, chatting. Keep in mind, you just want some yeeks. This is your
Mm-hmm.
first yeeks. You know what I'm saying? So she like, oh, and you like, yo, I thought you was talking to Whoop de Whoop, and she's like, well, yeah, but I ain't really feeling him no more. He doing and you just like, well, if he's doing that, then damn, that sucks. You just keep it pushing, but you're not going for, you're not debating for or against, and then you end up greasing.
Yeah.
Is that dirty macking?
Yeah, that's that young Jeezy stuff.
That's dirty macking,
You a
but you ain't
snake in
saying
the grass.
nothing, bro.
But you
ain't
knew
saying
what it
nothing.
was.
It's not okay. It's just different. You're right. It's not okay.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, baby.
It's my best friend.
I love you. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got a story I'm gonna tell. I was in the 9th grade. My dog Gerard, he was talking to this girl Christina. In my head, I ain't really think he liked Christina because he always used to like talk smack about her. Keep in mind, Christina was we had a loop of friends. Like I had some homegirls and she was homegirls with these homegirls. So anyway, one day we was all on 3-way on the phone and she was like, you should come over after school tomorrow. So, all right, bet. I played it nonchalant. I ain't really know what she want, but I kind of I know what I wanted. You feel me? So,
Yes,
bet.
sir.
After school, done took the city bus, went over there. She had to sneak me in the crib because she had an older sister. So it's like she had to wait till her older sister went to the kitchen. She like rushed me into the living room closet. Then when her sister went to the room, she rushed me into the room. Oh, it was crazy, bro. Make a long story short, boom, bum. Got back to school the next day. Man, so I was feeling a little crazy. I'm like, damn, like, you feel me? Even my dog asked me, like, homie, he asked me if I agreed. I was like, yeah, we kept a G to each other, this and that.
Gerard asked?
Yeah, he asked. I told him everything.
Sick.
Like, Shorty even spreaded it to other people. So it was like a thing where people knew. Fast forward to my 10th grade year, I had this girlfriend named Rachel. She was bad, like the baddest girl in the school. I think she was Jehovah Witness, so she used that as an excuse never to give me the cheeks. It was one point in my life I was gonna turn Jehovah Witness just so I could get the cheeks.
Ain't no way, bro.
She was like, you gotta be Jehovah Witness to be with me and all that. I'm like, what the hell, Jehovah? I didn't even know. Those are the people that knock on the door. That's all I knew. At the end of my 10th grade year, I ended up switching schools. And rumor got on the block that Gerard smashed Rachel. Keep in mind, Rachel had her V card. You feel me? That was the main reason she wasn't letting me smash this and that. And then when I came to find out, yeah, man, smashed it. I never recovered from it. I never recovered from it. I was always salty with mans about that.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. High school was treacherous. Like the one time, like I got cheated on, kinda. It was like, hey, like I almost blocked that shit out of my brain. Like, and I did some shit too. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
You ain't got no stories? Give me a little.
Well, I gave you the hypothetical one.
No, give me the Ero cheater story.
I'm gonna give you another one. In high school, you treacherous. I just want to put that disclaimer out there, bro. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Niggas is treacherous. We want one thing and we gonna do what it takes. So, like I said, besties. Like you got besties in high school. You know what I'm saying? I had this best friend. Her name was Daniela. Like we was wild, cool. Like we just match vibes. We just vibing though. Like matching vibes. And Kareem was trying to get with her for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Like trying, like macking. You know, you gotta put in the work, making out and shit like that. And it didn't come to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we was mad cool. I met her mom's, like stuff like that. And then one day it was like a half day, and she was like, "Yo, you want to pull up to my crib or whatever?" After I didn't tell my pops that I had a half day, so like yeah, fuck it, we out. But like around that time, we started like just little slide jokes and sliding into conversation and little touchies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not trying to, but like shit. So we go to her crib, and it's like it's empty. Like it's just me and her in Canarsie chilling. We deep too. You know, Canarsie don't got no train. You take the train and you gotta walk. So smash-ins. And it was just surprising because that was my little bestie. Like we wasn't on that. But anyway, I go back to school and it's just like I got a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach. Like, for a little while, I just didn't even like. I didn't even want to say nothing to Reem. I kind of just like, damn, damn. I don't know. And then my friendship with the girl kind of just fell off OD too. But I was in my head, the way I rationalized it, it was like it was clear it was a dub for you,
I see
bro.
what
You know
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying? Like that was I didn't dirty Mac at all. It was clear that it was a dub. Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going nowhere. And she's throwing, so I'm receiving. What's the problem? You know, but we just got cool. We got back cool over time. Me and Reem, like it wasn't even a thing. But like
He did he ever feel away, or he was just cool about it?
he was just cool about it. I wouldn't know if he felt the way. He
Like
would.
he didn't
We
show
didn't
you
even
no
really talk
shade
about
or
it.
nothing like that.
Nah,
That's kind of
not
lit.
that I remember.
Yeah.
That's not that I remember. Not that I remember. I wish we spoke about it though, but I don't know. I'm only now able to like speak about things on the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of was avoidant for a lot of my life. Like let's see what happens, and if nothing happens, hey, we valid. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So the first hypothetical where I was like, what if you that was a story, and then this is my like second time where it's like, nah, bro, you too treacherous. But shit happened to me too, so it
All
ain't like
part of the
I'm all
game.
evil. Like it's all
Yeah.
part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Shit definitely happened to me. You know what I'm saying? But
That's a crazy story.
right now I'm on a no nut November sabbatical, Bresky. Yes,
Sabbatical. First off, what's a
sabbatical.
sabbatical? Break
I
down a
really don't know what a
sabbatical. I
sabbatical.
knew.
Talo. Sorry.
Bro, chill. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. I'm on a no nut November journey, bro. I just feel like
I'm telling you, TikTok is the devil. Puts us onto stuff. I've been hearing about this no nut, this fandom, whatever they calling it. I don't know what they calling it. FAP, no FAP, and all
no
of these
fap.
things.
Yeah.
This is my thing about life. And maybe because I'm on this bottom level, I can't experience what's on top, like see it, experience. I don't feel like the art of me not skeeting is gonna let me fly or have superhuman powers. So I'm
So hear
straight.
me out.
Go
So hear me
ahead.
out. We might not have superhuman powers, but we got super mammal powers. When I say that, you like the difference between us and regular animals is we have the capacity to think about things high, other than the basic drives: sex, food, water, sleep. You know what I'm saying? And you're right, it doesn't change anything, and it's only that's what I'm saying, it's only for a month. But like in that time you could use your mental capacity to put intention onto the things you need to focus on for a little bit, or even maybe experience the other side where you're not focused on getting cheeks, bro. All of my guys, if they not thinking about cheeks, they thinking about cheeks. You know what I'm saying? They think about how to get cheeks. You ever because I know you got a shorty, I got a shorty. It's days where you like, I I'm gonna clean my facial hair up, put on some cologne, you know what I'm saying, put on a nice outfit, woo her. So tonight I'm getting it in. Then you get then you like you trying to hang out, have an extra nice long conversation, kissing up, hugging up, and then it come time, it's like, I'm going to bed. I'm not in the mood. And it's like I could have I could have either had the intention to have a good conversation with you or go do something that I actually had to do, because you will put off your work just to, you know what I'm saying, the possibility of getting cheeks. And men in relationship do it, and men without relationship do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sometimes you need to just take a moment and be like, okay, just for this month, let's see what happens if I'm just like, okay, I'm putting that to the side. Let's see what happens if my intention is all the way on things that aren't my first immediate desire.
Me personally, I feel like I'm just like other guys. I think about sex more than other things. But I'm not a horn dog to where it controls me. I like money, probably on the same level as sex. So it's like I think about money, I think about different things.
But I feel like I hear what you're saying, and that's fine, because that's just being normal.
Yeah, but in being normal, you
Regardless,
can't
but
control 100% of your mind. And I feel like that's a thought of trying to control 100. Like my mind is gonna wander where it wants to wander. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I could not be thinking about sex, have a dream about sex. You were saying something about the difference between humans and animals. And I think the difference between humans and animals is our language. Like somebody can tell you something and it can control your mind. Whereas an
Mm-hmm.
animal, you could tell that dog sit, but once you turn around, I don't think that dog is thinking about sit anymore. That dog is just like a baby. You could tell a baby, come here, but if something grabs the baby's attention, it's gonna go that way. And I just say all of that to say that we're human. Like, I'm pretty sure priests, monks, all of those people think about sex. And it's the fact that you don't think they think about sex that gives them power, but they think about sex just like we do. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
there's any way to avoid thinking about sex. It's human nature.
No, that's not the point of stopping with No November. The point of stopping with No November is to experience that self control. Of course, when you go back,
But that's what I'm saying.
you're gonna always have that urge to have sex. But like, if you have experienced a higher level of self control, even if you move up, even if your average level of self control is up only a little bit, you've gotten up a higher notch that will give you a little bit of time, a little bit of focus when it comes to when you go back. I
No,
do feel like your brain is like a muscle, and discipline is like a muscle.
to the
It's not
point.
not thinking about sex. It's not having sex. It's not
But what's the difference? You just said you
the
wanted
difference
to woo
is
your girl. You just said you wanted to woo your girl and it didn't work, which means there was a lack of sex.
right.
And the frustration came from the thinking of sex and like
The
if
anticipation of
so
sex and not
so
getting
what I'm
sex.
showing
Let's
you.
so what I'm saying is that the fact that you're like, okay, for this month, I'm not trying to, I'm gonna just focus on what I'm focused on.
Pause right there.
Yes, you may think about it, but it won't be as long as it takes to think about it, then act on it, and then not get it.
If I'm not getting it for a month, I'm probably gonna be frustrated because this is something I really want.
No, no, no. I agree. I disagree. I feel like the anticipation and the not receiving of what's anticipated is what caused the
But
frustration.
you're only
Yes, hold
anticipating. My
on,
fault.
bro.
My
Hold
fault.
on.
My fault.
You okay, you have a thought. You're only anticipating because you're acting on it. I have if I you have a million thoughts a day. I have a thought about, oh, damn, my girl looking good in that thing. Okay, that's cool. Next thing. Now I'm focused on doing my chat with my cuz. You know what I'm saying? Like I can move on to the next thing faster if I'm not thinking about how I'm gonna go get this thing. And men spend so much time plotting and trying to figure out how to get this thing that 1 month is not gonna hurt you to not go to step two. Step one is the thought. A thought takes a second. The planning, the action, the all of that. That's a whole next journey, bro. That's step two, three, and four, bro. That takes a while, and you gotta agree on that.
I don't.
A thought could be an
Because
instant,
what I'm
bro, and then you're
saying
on to
is,
the next
do you
thought.
know who R. Kelly is?
Yeah.
He's in jail for sexual acts, right?
He's a sexual deviant. Why do you think he's a
So,
sexual deviant?
so what
Because he
I'm,
gets a lot of sex, so he's just thinking about ways to make sex more
so
interesting.
what I'm
You're
telling you,
overly sexed.
so what I'm telling
Like
you is, now
chill,
that
bro.
he's
Take a
in
month
jail,
off, bro.
now that
Take a
he's
month
in
off,
jail,
bro.
let's say he takes 10 years off.
You got 10 years off
When
now,
he
yeah.
comes out, do you think he's gonna be more into that sexual deviant stuff or less because he took 10 years off? He's gonna get back in his bag because he took 10 years off and
But
he
that was forced. It wasn't a conscious
it
decision. The
wouldn't
difference
matter if it
between
was
yes,
conscious.
it does. The difference between force and making a decision to make a conscious act to do something that's going to expand your consciousness is different. There's a difference where you as a man have the choice to have the choice to do whatever you want, and then you decide, okay, for this is kind of like fasting for Ramadan. Like for a month I'm just gonna chill on the chill on just feeding every urge of my body. You have a choice. Of course you can go have sex. Of course you can go eat, but I have my
But
choice,
you're
and the
making
choice is the difference. The choice will expand your consciousness, bro.
sex is natural. It's not something that's a choice for you. It's something that happens. It's a byproduct of life. So
Do you think it's natural for us to always see sex all day, scrolling,
that's
like
not what I'm
scrolling, we see
saying.
sex? No, it matters though. It matters
But I feel like
because
the part that I'm
it
saying is
no, it
that sex is gonna be a thought.
but my point is that the level at which we're chasing it, being after it, it affects our life because it's so much on the forefront as a result to it being in the media, being in shit that we see. These are reasons why I don't think if we were
Would you agree
in
if
a
you had
most I
more
don't
to
think
do?
we're if we are in a most natural state that we would be having sexual thoughts as much as we do now.
Because you would be having sex. That's what I'm showing you. If you were in a natural state, you wouldn't be having the thoughts because you would be doing it. So the thought would end. Like you're not a fiend. So if you get sex in the morning, you don't need sex again in 10 minutes. You don't need sex again in 20 minutes. So if you get cheeks this morning, you this way you was thinking about sex before you got the cheeks this morning, you're not gonna be thinking about the cheeks this
But the
afternoon.
reality
Wait one
is
second, one
that
second. If you get cheeks, if your girl is giving you active cheeks, when you go out, you're not gonna take interest into all the propaganda of sex. Like the proper, like think about it. In Africa, they was walking around butt booty naked with no clothes. That's worse than like. So you're telling me if we're
it's not
walking
worse
around,
than
if you were walking,
because Photoshop is Photoshop, and the way they're gonna the content, the context of the video is not the same as seeing a woman
so
walking
you're
around just
telling
naked
me,
doing what she's doing.
you're telling me it's more sexual to see a magazine of like Playboy than to walk in work and everybody's naked. If everybody's naked, I don't need the magazine. Like
But if
the
but
magazine doesn't exist. So what I'm showing you is
but the
how.
magazine puts things in context. If you are in the
What's the
wild and
context is if you're
the
in the
context is
wild and
sexual.
she bends down to pick up the soap. She's taking a shower outside and she bends down to pick up the soap, and you happen to be in the angle back there and just happen to be looking that way. What's like there's nothing a picture is playing with
Okay, you
your
might be
mind.
right.
No, I'm telling you I am right. Like they're playing on reality. You get what I'm
But
saying?
but here's I want to interject because this is the point I was gonna get at anyway. Every time you get aroused and you see a woman like there, doesn't mean you're gonna have a chance to have sex with her.
To some
You
people,
could run down and see, but like that's the anticipation that I'm talking about.
I could agree with it only very minutely. I feel like it's not realistic. It's more on a like I know I have these thoughts, I know I have these things. I'm going to take a break for 30 days and hopefully it never happens again. My thing is, I know I have these thoughts, I know I have these urges. That's natural. I don't have to act out on all of them. I have to be more in control of my life. There's other things I could be doing. Like there's no way I'm having these thoughts and I'm acting out on them every time. There's no way every time that I'm aroused that I'm thinking I'm gonna get it. Like it's
Yeah.
part of life to say I'm gonna go hunting and I come home without any food. That way next time I could become a better hunter. That's why I feel like a lot of guys don't know how to talk to girls. A lot of guys do not get cheeks. A lot of these dudes are not getting cheeks. Let's just keep it a buck. And they're really no vapping just naturally. And then in
Oh,
actual
they're fapping.
you
Oh, they're fapping, all right.
Oh, that's what vapping is. Vapping
Yeah,
is
fapping
that.
is like, you know what I'm saying, self-motivated. You know what I'm saying?
So then that changes the whole discussion. I'm thinking no VAP is just like nothing. I don't even know if the chat knows what VAP is. I'm new to the VAP. I'm gonna put that as the disclaimer. I don't know.
FAP.
I don't know what that is. I just learned. In my head, I think that is like, you feel me, like the self motivation, like you said.
Pamela Anderson.
Why would there be Pamela if the cheeks is always abundant?
Cheeks is not always abundant.
That's why Pamela's there. So you're saying I'm not gonna have Pamela or cheeks? So you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be using more drugs.
You need to
You're gonna be
focus. No. You need to focus on what the fuck is going wrong, sir. You don't add benefit to the woman who you trying to have. Why? Because you're dusty. You don't shower. You spend all your time watching Ornos, and you're skinny as fuck. You can't protect nothing. You ain't got no bread. There's a long list of reasons why you ain't getting no hoes, bruh. You don't know how to talk to people.
I feel
so maybe you can use that energy you focusing on fapping and focus on because I feel like desire is a drive. Desire is motivation. You know what I'm saying? And if you can just go and just fulfill your desire of you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What desire would you have to just better yourself?
Because
you gotta be a little angry in life, bro. You gotta be a little angry. Like, why am I getting no hoes? Because you can't dress, nigga. Because you don't know how to talk to people. You don't even know what a joke is.
This
bro.
is what
like, step your shit up, bro.
This is where we agree. Because what I'm saying is, why do I have to punish myself to really make that head-on decision?
For me, maybe I can explain to you why. For me, like, there's when. Let's say this.
So are you talking about no VAP or no cheeks?
I'm talking about no cheeks for me.
That's what I was talking about the whole time.
I'm talking about no cheeks because I'm talking about no cheeks and no fap. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. If
let's start there. Let me say one thing. FAP is
Pamela.
Yeah, but FAP is superficial cheeks. It's not cheeks. It's not the same. It's not even.
And you know
it's not on the same. It's not on the same realm. So let's start there. So if you're spending more time vapping than getting cheeks, you, my friend, have a problem. You have a problem. And if you have a girl and you're doing that, you have a problem. We have to call a spade a spade.
Nah. I would disagree. I'm gonna disagree because when you're in a relationship, it's like there's times where she not feeling it, and it's like the desire is still there.
But let me get to this. I was talking to my shorty just yesterday, telling you all facts. What I have to explain to her is sex is part of my life. So whether we're mad at each other, I still need that. So yeah, you might not be feeling it sometimes, and it's my time to be an adult to agree with that. But if majority of the time you're not feeling it, where does that put me? That's going to make me feel like you're not feeling me. And then I'm the type of guy that I don't need no VAP. I'm on the type of thing where I'm going to notice you not feeling me and I'm going to step my game up because I understand women like things. Like, it's not really a type of dude. They just, you just not dancing right now. You got to get your steps a little bit right. And then it's going to open up. The floodgates is going to open up.
Now, for me, it's a little bit different because my reasoning is the same. Like, if you're not dancing right, the floodgates is not flowing. You know what I'm saying? And you got to realize at a certain point when you can do it better. You can dance better. You know what I'm saying? And you're different because you have a certain sense of focus. But for me, I can be one track minded. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take a little time and see what happens. It's really a question of what would happen if I like tighten up. Like, I want to focus a little bit better, and that's one of those ways in which I can, like, all right, I'm just gonna see what happens for this 3 months. I'm gonna get my dance steps better because it be certain shit in life.
Months?
Like, no, I don't know why I said 3 months. 3 months is wild. 3 months
Damn,
is wild.
I ain't doing 3 months.
It's kind of like weird thing, but I'm stubborn too. I don't like the control thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
But that's
you
the
don't want
real
to do it,
life
so you
dynamic.
don't get to do it. Fuck that. Nah, this is my turn to say when.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
That kind of Tigo was. She looking at me. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
You gotta get thicker walls, my boy.
I
Gotta
need
get the right
walls,
walls, bro. The partitions. You know what I mean? You are wildin'. TOS. You gonna be
But yeah,
vapping.
you
You
know
gonna be
what I'm
vapping for
saying?
3 months now. Once this drop, 3 month vappage. Shout out to
That was a
everybody in
TOS
the chat.
conversation.
TOS is what you get banned for on social media. So we took TOS, and it's just terms that you can't say while certain people's around. So there's
Don't
gonna be
get banned
certain
in real
times
life,
we
so.
not trying to get banned. We ain't. I got my disclaimer. This is my new disclaimer right here. I'm about to say your name. Like, yeah,
Hey,
feds ain't looking
sniper.
for you. I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it. Hey, ask Gerard and Christine if that story was cap. That story 100% real. But shout
Damn,
out to
name
y'all.
dropping
Shout
that.
out to the TOS. I just had to let y'all know
Shout out
what
to the TOS.
TOS
I'm
is.
fully banned. I just got banned of wifey just now.
Last thing, we about to wrap up this segment. One thing we gotta do. Somebody that truly was a blessing to us. They helped us take it from level 1 to level 3,000. What you see now, we on level 3,000. We was way worse than this. Shout out to the star. Shout out to the inspiration. Shout out to Fingers Production. I think right now he's going by Pengaloo Films. Where I know him as Fing Fing. Fing Fing, my
The
little
king.
cousin, but the big dog. You feel what I'm saying? His birthday just passed. I need y'all to drop happy birthday to my dog in the comments, in the chat. Drop happy birthday to my dog. Shout out to my dog. You are very inspirational to us, and we watching. We waiting for you to jump out there and shine like the star you supposed to be. That's all I gotta say. I really got a question for you. I'm gonna give mine when you finish, but I need a legendary Fing story, like the most memorable Fing story that you got.
Word. Most memorable thing story. I just wanted to bring it back to when I was a kid, bro. Me and Fing is like my big brother, so he's just like magical to me. I remember he's the first person I seen get supersonic,
Hmm.
first person I seen go to the special level on Super Mario, and we kids in like Florida, and we used to do like gymnastic tricks and shit, like in the house, and like like he laying on his back and I'm standing on his foot, like like trying to balance and shit. And like that's like one of my core memories. I was probably like my daughter's age, 4 years old, and it just always reminded me we used to just have fun, like doing cool stuff. And he's just the bigger version of me. And even to this day, I call him the master architect. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Because he sits there and figures out everything, and he's just gonna figure out like the most complex things. So even when I show him a song and he get hype, that that's the only fan I need for real. Pause.
Yeah.
Not no only fans.
I got one. I got some childhood ones, but my most memorable one, I remember low key, I wanted to be a rapper, and I used to come to New York every summer. So one summer I came to New York, and all I remember is y'all had a studio in the store. Y'all just built it. However it was, we was kids. And I remember your pops, he used to be mad mean. He never let nobody do it. He's not gonna let me spit in the booth. That's dead. Right? So I know one night he was in a good mood and he took y'all home and he let Fing and us stay in the studio and he let us record in the studio. And I never forget. I know I'm almost positive Freck was there. They call him Dion, but he got freckles all over his face. And CP, homie CP. I don't know if CP wanted or anything, but that's the dog. Disclaimer. I gotta drop your name, family. He was in there, and Bones was definitely there. Bones was always the big homie for them. You get what I'm saying? And they was there, and I just remember like I had never been in a real studio. Y'all had a real studio, and it was like, yo, Fing was like the engineer. He was back there. He was already the producer. He was already knocking all that stuff out. And he had to be like 16, 15. He was probably the youngest one there. And I was like, yo, I didn't even know he had these talents. And I was like, yo, ever since that day, it was just like, he just kept on. The music thing never stopped with him. And till now, he's like he's the most talented music person I know. If I'm in the room with Metro Boomin, any of one of these little guys, I'm be like, nah, my cousin Fingers Production, air you out, boy. Air you out. Air you out.
Wait, I got a story on that timing. Fing he got the name Fing because he was like 10 years old, able to scratch like records at the highest level, you know what I'm saying? And when he got older, I remember he put me onto Kanye West. He had the graduation. No, he had the album when he was like in the teddy bear and he's in the front door or whatever. Late registration. And like became one of my favorite albums ever. But he like looked up to him on a producer level. So Fing, he had the drum machine from early, and I remember I always wanted a drum machine because Fing had it. You know what I'm saying? And I got it now as an adult, which is crazy. But I remember he used to show me how to sample, and I was like, "How you doing that?" Like he's like I said, master architect. To the point his sampling got so nice, he made a Bob Marley sample, bro. I'm telling you, this was the most. I think about this randomly every day. Like the most beautiful sample you have ever heard in your life. Like better than Kanye West. And he had it in the tuck, and somehow Lauryn Hill and Wyclef came to the studio, bro.
That's crazy.
Wanted his beat. They was talking about no credits. Like, y'all tripping, bro. I'm Fing the king. You know what I'm saying? He just said, just tell them go on. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't take it.
He ain't take that deal, bro. He ain't doing that.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. I mean, Lauryn Hill never ended up dropping nothing anyway, so you know what I'm saying, probably for the best, but you get me?
Yeah.
He gives it is, but like
already getting noticed by greatness.
Accolades. He's in high school. My bro, he also graduated high school at 16, so y'all better know.
I remember I came for the graduation for that. But
Master
shout out to my guy Fing. And if you got anybody celebrating a birthday, I don't know what this month is.
Scorpio
I don't pay
season.
attention to that. We only worry about the Virgos. Virgo season over here. That's the only thing we worry about. So make sure you drop your sign in the chat, in the comments. Drop whoever. If you want us to shout somebody out, if you want us to talk about a topic, anything, drop it. We look over everything. We repost things. We got shorts. We got new content coming out. I'm a streamer. You can find me over there. He's a content creator. You can find him over there. Make sure y'all get into the links, get into the chat, support the thing. It's 2 G's in the chat. Become part of the chat. Make this thing go global, dog. We trying to get 1,000 subs. We trying to get 1,000 subs by January.
Yeah, so spam 2 G's. Spam 2 G's. Spam 2 G's.
Over and out, peoples. 40 call my phone. Ain't no hesitate. I'm stalling. I'll be on the way. Told him 40 when he called in. I've been on delay. I've been on delay. I've been on delay. I've been on delay. Could've made it twice, but I went.